Images of Satan have given the figure of the Prince of Darkness many looks, ranging from that of a torn-apart angel to that of a man with a red beard and horns. The figure of Satan as we know him today is the product of centuries' worth of art, literature, and theater, all of which worked together to build a personification of evil. In order to have a clearer picture of the devil's appearance, the following are different depictions of Satan that have been used by mankind throughout history. Satan is often equated with the serpent that tempted Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden to eat the fruit that they were not allowed to eat. This story can be found in the book of Genesis in the Old Testament. However, the monster that persuades them to consume the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil does not have a name in the original Hebrew text where it is found. The only references to Satan in the Hebrew Bible mean adversary, obstacle, or enemy, and they can refer either to human adversaries or supernatural entities. Despite this, serpents and snakes continue to be connected with the devil in popular culture. The following can be found in the book of Isaiah 14:12 of the Holy Bible: "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the dawn? How low have you fallen, thou that hast brought the nations to their knees." This is a clear allusion to the event in which God banished Satan from heaven. Lucifer is a term that Isaiah uses to designate a future king of Babylon. However, the fathers of the early medieval church expanded the character of Lucifer much beyond the biblical text. They made him the rebel angel and transformed him into the archetype of pride as the capital sin. A mosaic from the 6th century found the devil as an ethereal blue angel, but ultimately, this was lost in favor of a more demonic aspect with animalistic elements. Representations of the devil during the Middle Ages sometimes took the form of dragons. According to Hans A. Polsander, said to have slain a demonic dragon, which confirmed the Christian faith of the Roman Emperor Constantine and impressed a gathering of pagan priests. On the other hand, during the medieval period, not only mythological creatures but also real animals were frequently linked to the devil for various reasons. According to the British Library, many depictions of the devil from the Middle Ages have animalistic characteristics. These characteristics include the iconic cloven hooves, tails, talons, and even webbed hands. The Smithfield Decretals contains illustrations that represent the devil as a gigantic beast with animal body parts. We find depictions of foxes, bears, lions, and many others, said Montesano. All of these animals have connotations that can signify those that are attributed to the devil. Dante gives Satan the following physical attributes: 2 gigantic wings, such as appropriate were so huge a bird, sails of the sea I never saw so large. They had no feathers, but rather the fur of a bat. The wings of Satan may have their roots in Babylonian mythology because of the devil's connection to the figure of Lilith in that culture. She explained that the name Lilith originates from the ancient Babylonian Lili, 2 demons, which were winged females that flew through the night, seducing men and attacking pregnant women and infants. In the mosaic that was erected in the late 6th century in Italy, an early association between Satan and goats can be seen. The blue angel to Jesus' left stands behind 3 goats, and the angel to Jesus' right is joined by 3 sheep in the mosaic depiction of the scene. The piece of artwork is a visual representation of a narrative that can be found in Matthew 25:31-46, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the peoples of the world will congregate before him, and he will sort out the peoples one by one, just as a shepherd will sort out the sheep from the goats. In the devil, perceptions of evil from antiquity to primitive Christianity that the connection between Satan and the goat originates from the devil's association with underworld fertility deities. Christians viewed these fertility deities as demons, so they rejected the devil's association with them. These horned statues, along with other pagan gods, were particularly dreaded because of their relationship with the wilderness and with sexual frenzy, according to one explanation. Many members of today's audiences are accustomed to seeing Satan portrayed as a chiseled and gorgeous man, as was the case in Lucifer. Satan is also depicted as a naked, handsome, godlike figure with entirely human features. Also, in satirical cartoons the image of the devil was frequently used, and in one cartoon from the year 1900. In addition to having horns, he is completely crimson, has a pointed beard, and is holding a pitchfork in his hands. Actually, the red tights worn by the devil may be traced back to theatrical productions. The folktale Faust, which had also inspired Marlowe's earlier play, Dr. Faustus, was adopted by composer Charles Gounod and turned into an opera in the year 1859. In the opera, the demonic character of Mephistopheles wears a Renaissance-era costume, which includes red tights, which are also known as hose. Burton Fisher writes in A History of Opera that Marcel Journet sung Faust's Mephistopheles over 1,000 times, producing the stereotypical image of opera characters as devils in red tights. Journet is credited with creating this image. There have been numerous iterations of this theatrical garb that have survived the years and continue to be popular choices for Halloween costumes. As the 20th century progressed, authors and filmmakers began to come up with new interpretations of the devil, depicting him as everything from mysterious strangers to astute businesspeople to even children, as seen in the horror film The Omen, for example. In The Master and Margarita, the devil is depicted as a mysterious and intelligent outsider, who is accompanied by a feline companion who can converse. In the same vein, Robert De Niro portrayed the mysterious and well-dressed businessman Louis Cyphre, Lucifer, in the film Angel Heart. The Devil and Daniel Webster Mr. Scratch, Satan, defends his claim to a human being's soul in a legal proceeding. Al Pacino portrays Lucifer in the film Devil's Advocate, which was released in 1997. In this movie, Lucifer is the head of a shady law firm in New York City. Remember, Lucifer can be traced back to the Middle Ages, and the devil always selected demons learned in the law. Seek truth, not fact.